Want to do watercolours, but you can't draw or paint? Let me help. I have got here a really useful thing, and I'm sorry if I'm about to blind you. Yeah, it's quite cheap off Amazon as well. It's for tracing, and then what I've done is I've printed out a load of these. Yeah, see? Now, I designed these, let's say I prompted these in AI. Of course, you could do the same, but if you want to cheat even more, you can pinch mine. I'll put you the link for where to get them down in the video description. But as you can see, I've got quite a collection. I'm particularly fond of the cats. I love the birds. And there's mad fish. The prompt I used is, I just said whimsical. And so you get all this cute stuff. Watch this look. Okay, I've traced onto this one already. But look, can you see? You can actually see through. So even something as thick as proper watercolour paper. So, yeah. Handy, eh? Feel free to grab my link and cheat. Now, I've traced some of these off. I'm going to show you how to cheat with these. We've got a capybara. We've got cats. Quite liking that one. Should we do this one? That's kind of cute. The cat with a bird on its head. Let me zoom you in. There we are. So I've just traced it in pencil. And I've got my little micro paint palettes out. I'm going to get... Where are I? Shall I use my water brush? No, actually, as I'm home, I might as well use one of the ordinary brushes. And we're going to paint him in. So let's get some water. By the way, in my miniscenes.co.uk store, I have got a version of this little micro painting kit now in store. So if you fancy one, I'll put the link for that below as well. Right, what we're going to do is find our colours for our cat. And I'm thinking this one could be a bit of a ginger. So we're going to get this, I don't know what this colour is. These are actually the Winsor & Newton professional paints in here. I've got a bit carried away with this little pot. I think the paints are worth more than the palette. Well, they are. They're worth more than the palette itself. So let's put that in here. I haven't woken up the whole palette because that's, I think it is a bit unnecessary for something this small. So the first thing I want to do is get a light colour wash over the whole thing. And we'll go with this gold colour, which I've now muckied a little bit because I wanted to just create a bit of a background colour. So we've just got a very light wash of a colour. Of course, you could tape it down, bit of washi tape or masking tape or whatever to keep your piece of paper flat and also create a nice border. But I'm fancying a wibbly wobbly border for this and just the slightest tint of colour. So the first job is to let that dry. And while that is drying, I will mix up, because it'll dry quite quickly. It's really warm in here. So I'm going to mix up my actual yellowy colour, which I think... Come on, somebody in chat, tell me what that colour's called. I should know. I get better at colours, honest. I'm going to mix in probably a little bit of brown. There we are. That's about ginger cat colour, isn't it? Right, let that dry. I'll be back shortly. Okay, and I'm back. Now we're going to paint the cat in. And what I want to do is wet the whole area of the cat except for his little bow tie, just with some of the mucky water at first, just to get a tint of the colour and to wet it all down. So mostly water, very little paint at this point, just getting water where I want it. So I'm missing his little bow tie. It's funny, you put in the prompt whimsical and AI seems to think that cats need bow ties. Quite funny, really. Imagine trying to put a bow tie on my cat Lego. He'd have my arm off. I think he'd be impressed. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to put some with more colour around the edges. So this is straight out of our little pot here. And the idea is that it will blend out. So you'll have more colour around the edges and you'll get that sort of hand-painted wash look that gives these sort of whimsical paintings a lot of character. Okay, and let's do his tail as well. A little bit more colour. As you can see, it's starting to build up a little bit of texture on him. There we are. Around the bottom edge of his tail as well. And we'll add a bit more detail in a moment. But first of all, we need to let that colour just blend and do its thing. Of course, we've got the little bird on his head as well, haven't we? Let's do something with him. So I want the little bird to be Should we make it a robin? Because in that case, I need to do his tummy. I'll do his tummy first. That wants to be like an orangey red, doesn't it? So let's put a bit of this, which I've got a feeling is alizarin crimson. But we're going to mix it in with a bit of what's left of the yellow, the sort of browny yellow, and put a bit of actual yellow in it. It wants to be a bit redder than that, doesn't it? And I want it to be quite bright, actually, so I'll get there in a minute. Bear with me. Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? So I'd only wetted the bit where I want the colour to go, so I'm just going to go like so, and the colour should stay there. I'll save that colour in my palette because I think that'll be quite nice for his bow tie as well. Right, time to let that dry. And these colours will just sort of bleed across and give it a little bit of that something around the edges. In fact, let's take a tiny, tiny dot of this ready one, just to give it a little bit more colour around this bottom edge, maybe. Okay, and then we're going to leave that to dry. I will be back shortly. Right, now that's dry. I can see there's bits that have run over, which I can probably shift by just wetting them down, moving them around a little bit, and it'll just blend them in. But I'm not too worried. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? There we are. And I'm just going to cheat and get that dried with a hairdryer. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to touch in his little bow tie. And I'm not wetting anything here. I'm just going to touch this in, wet paint on dry paper. But you can see it's not too strong a colour at the moment, because I want to see how it goes. So I'm just going to let that dry off and see how deep that goes. And in the meantime, let's do the rest of the little birdie. And I'm going to want some yellow, I think, and a little bit of the brown. Again, just going to wet my brush off so I just get a little bit of the colour. Now, I'm not going to do too much wet here because I don't want the red to run. I will put links for everything I'm using down in the video description, by the way, because some of these things I have actually got discounts I have on the brushes because they're from Famui, so you might as well grab those discounts. Now, his little bow tie, I am going to make that more red. I can see how that's settling now. If you want to with these little brushes, they are for travel ones, so you can make them up to the full size look, which is lovely. I find them very, very good. So I'm going to have a little bit more red on the bird's tummy at the top and at the bottom, which is running to the brown now. It's annoying. And the same with the bow tie. I'm just going to put some little dots of the colour in. Now we are going to put a lot of detail in afterwards with this, with the obligatory Fineliner pen. There we are. Blend him a little bit, and I think we'll have a little black beak for him too. There. Right, again, need to let it dry. As I said, we're going to put some detail in now, and we're going to be doing that with the obligatory Fineliner pen. These are some fancy set I got that are on sale somewhere. Quite like a 0.3 for this size of piece. I'm going to go fairly fine. Make sure it's a waterproof marker, by the way. This is a graphic fineliner from Montmartre. Because then if you've got any moisture there, it won't splurge all over the place. And also, if you decide you need to do a touch-up with some more paint, you're not going to mess up if it's a waterproof one, are you? So all we're going to do is go around the lines. You could do this first and then put your watercolours in afterwards if you really wanted to, as long as you are using a waterproof pen. But I prefer to do it this way around, simply because then if the paint goes over anywhere, I can kind of absorb it in the line, you know, so it looks deliberate. Like there, look. Still, despite my cleaning up, it did go over a bit still. But what we still want to do, because this is going to be a ginger tabby, I'm still going to put a bit more detail in yet. This reminds me of my first cat, Barney. He was a ginger thing. Don't think he knew he was a cat. I think he thought he was a hamster or something. I don't know. He was a bit of a special one-off, was our Barney. There we are. And eyes. Let's do our little birdie too. And his bow tie. And then if there's any finishing touches with the paint, I find this is the easiest time to do it. I mean, you could leave it at that, couldn't you? His little bow tie. There we go, because that is pretty adorable, isn't it? Hope you'll agree. And couldn't be any easier because it's just traced and then coloured in. But I am going to put in, with that brownish colour, which has now gone a bit reddish. I've got all my colours mudded, haven't I? Let's get some more of the yellowy brown in. I'm just going to hint at some stripes, that's all. So I'm getting the most of it off my brush. There's only a bit on. And we're just going to go like this. Just hint that he's got a few little stripes, like so. See, I'm taking the stripes with the curve of his little fat body. Here we go. It's just the hint of stripes. Because most tabbies, they're not that stripy underneath anyway, are they? It's more stripy on the back. Well, that's my experience of cats anyway. Say Barney was more like a hamster. He was just like a pale creamy colour all over. So you couldn't really see his stripes much. And Lego's white underneath because he's a tabby and white, my little current cat. So it's a bit hard to tell. There we are. What do you think of that then? A little bit of fun, and I hope you'll agree that that is pretty darn easy. One thing left to do, and that's sign it. There we are. If you like this sort of thing, I am just learning to do watercolours and relearning to do some other crafts. So if you want to join me for this little adventure, then please do subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I'll have some more fun stuff like this for you over the coming months, as well as my usual product reviews. The buttons are all down here. Please leave me a comment as well. Let me know, is there anything else you'd like to see me have a go at? I was also inspired for this one by another channel. And again, I can't remember what the channel was called, but I will put you the link down in the video description. Thanks then, everyone. Bye.